My name is Amy Scullin, and I'm the founder of Triple R Ranch. What we're standing on right now is a horse sanctuary for abused and abandoned horses, or horses that can no longer be used for traditional means. We rehabilitate them to work with people in the field of equine assisted learning. So as you can see right now, the farm's pretty quiet, but in the spring, the place comes alive. Unbridled Performance, the Center for Team and Leadership Breakthroughs, where the horses become my co-facilitators in horse-enhanced accelerated learning experiences. We do organizational development, team development, and leadership development for corporations, small businesses, universities, students, as well as next-generation leadership. We connect people to nature, animals, and each other.
At first I thought, hey, this is going to be easy, they're just horses. And the minute I got up next to the horse, that all went away. At first I was, oh my God, what am I doing? It was amazing to me because I remember when we went through the first couple of activities where we had to do some work actually leading the horses, bridling the horses, and we completed the activity and we were debriefing. And one of the questions was, so what did you take away? What can you relate? And my first reaction was, it's amazing how much horses are like many of the plant managers I work with. And people said, wait a minute, wait. I said, that didn't sound the way that I meant it to sound. But the fact of the matter is, these horses were really looking for you to be strong and be firm in your leadership. And as a consultant in my role, they're looking for me for direction. And so when we talk about the horses, just your body position and how you react and how you actually show the direction you want to go, I see the same thing in plant managers where they kind of, I want to go this direction, I want to go here, but their actions don't show it. And so this was really an amazing interaction with the horses for me because it was like being in real life. It was just like doing the work that I do for a living. So it was astounding.
Horses are a living being. They're sentient living being with thoughts and feelings and actions just like people. And they're at free liberty for a lot of the exercises. They're here with you by choice or not by choice. There's no projection. They don't care how much money you make. They don't care that you're the boss or what your position power is. They're just responding to you.
Amy is amazing. I think because of all of her experience and training and because of her sensitivities to horses, I mean her love for horses and her lifelong love for horses, she is able in the moment to, she might see something with our students, for example, and say, bring in that other horse. He's got this and such a problem, and they're having trouble with that kind of a behavior. Maybe a horse who just is really slow or maybe really easily distracted. So she just will, in the moment, adapt an exercise, move the horses in and out with things that she sees happening. And then I have seen her also, she's also just an excellent teacher at helping you understand how horses work, right? How do we read their bodies? What are they looking to read our bodies? How does this happen? So she's very good at that part. She's very good at adapting and meeting kind of the needs of the group she's working with, even in the moment. She also, I have seen her really debrief a difficult situation. I mentioned, a person who's really bossy and doesn't realize that we kind of had a, meltdown over that because this student had no idea, and she just, that's how she was in the classroom. I bet that's how she is at work. That's how she was with the horses. And I watched Amy just really deal with it in a way that made it very safe for the particular person, but made it safe and fair for everyone else. So it was not ganging up on a person. It was, let's talk about how people work. She could put it in a larger context and make it safe for people to have a hard conversation that's often pretty difficult to orchestrate in a classroom. Sometimes you can set up a simulation or a scenario and get to some really deep issues, but you can't always. But something about having a 1,000-pound horse here that could step on your foot at any time really focuses people and really puts them in a learning mode and then Amy keeps it safe. Safe to talk about hard things as well as safe to try to be around a horse if I'm really scared.
Today is about really being with each other, really getting clear, setting really focused intent to really be able to move forward together. Our goal over the next 2 days is to create this organizational charter so that when you walk out of here at the end of tomorrow, everybody is on the same page and have co-created mission, our values, our performance goals, our ways of working with each other that we're going to hold each other mutually accountable for. And we have signed commitments with each other. Could everybody introduce themselves? I know you guys know each other, but just state your name, but introduce your strengths.
I'm Coletta, and I have ideation, strategic, achiever, activator, and self-assurance. And yeah, they resonate with me.
Futuristic and activation, I guess, is to be able to motivate others, activate them, and empower them to do other things.
Positivity, developer, and input. And those two surprised me. And it was a nice surprise because I think it was maybe things that I recognized in myself but maybe didn't have a word for it.
At first I thought we were going to come out here and, be with someone who liked horses and had some nice fuzzy ideas, but it hasn't been like that at all. She's been very concrete and very helpful. That survey we took online that showed me to have several strengths. At first at first look I thought, yeah, that does kind of sound like me. And what I'm noticing is that I act and react from those areas. And so it'll allow me to be more conscious of why I'm thinking the way I am and why I'm behaving the way I am. It'll be useful.
The horses are natural followers if there's trust and respect. They are prey animals. As we as predators handle things, we have a tendency to think linearly. So here's a project, here's A to B. Our natural instinct is to narrow on something and to not see anything around. Their natural instinct is to constantly scan the environment looking for potential threats. So just think about this. You have the best relationship in the world with Coletta. She knocks on your door and said, I need to talk to you in about 5 minutes. Can you come in my office? What's your first response? It hits you right here, right? Okay. Anybody that you is a subordinate to somebody else, okay, their first response is prey, not predator. Okay. So when we talk about creating shared leadership, one, it's understanding how we function in prey consciousness. If something we're concerned about, or if something isn't working to our liking, we'll go ahead and say, hey Gary, what are you doing? Tell me why are you doing it that way? Yeah. Why haven't you thought this way? Oh, but otherwise that does a great job. Right?
Yeah.
When I walk out of your office, how do you feel?
Kind of torn. Yeah.
We have a tendency to suck the energy right out of each other. Anybody ever had that happen to them?
Yeah, my kids tell me I do that all the time.
Right?
No, it's true. It is.
When you're working on multiple projects, we have a tendency to approach another from a prey or a predator mindset to stop the momentum, stop the movement, stop the excitement about that project. So until we can figure out what's going on. Right? And then, okay, that's fine. Keep going. And then that person has to re-engage.